Once upon a time in a lovely village nestled between rolling mountains, there lived a small girl named Emma. Emma was a curious and playful child who loved to explore the world around her. Her days were filled with laughter, joy, and a sense of wonder. She would skip through fields of wildflowers, chase butterflies in the garden, or climb trees in the nearby forest. One day, as Emma was playing in her yard, she noticed a beautiful butterfly fluttering around her flowers. Its wings were a kaleidoscope of colors, dancing in the sunlight like a tiny rainbow. Emma had never seen such a beautiful butterfly before, and as she watched it, a sense of curiosity washed over her. She wanted to follow it, to see where it would go and what secrets it might reveal. Now you see, Emma's mother had always warned her not to wander too far from home. She had told her stories of strange animals and even stranger people who might be lurking in the nearby woods, just waiting to snatch unsuspecting children away. Emma had promised her mother that she would stay close to home, but the sight of this enchanting butterfly was simply too tempting for her to resist. So she decided to break her promise and follow it. With a mischievous grin on her face, Emma ran through the open gate and into the fields beyond her house. She chased the butterfly over hills and through valleys, her laughter echoing in the wind. The butterfly seemed to lead her on a merry chase, flitting from flower to flower, always just out of reach. Emma followed eagerly, her eyes sparkling with excitement. As the game continued, Emma found herself venturing deeper and deeper into the countryside. The familiar landmarks of her childhood disappeared from view, and she realized that she was truly alone in a vast and unfamiliar wilderness. But fear did not dampen her spirits, for every twist and turn brought new wonders to behold, new creatures to observe, and new experiences to savor. And so Emma played on, completely engrossed in the adventure that lay before her. Time slipped away unnoticed as she followed the butterfly deeper and deeper into the heart of the unknown. The butterfly finally fluttered towards a small forest at the edge of a meadow, and Emma, without a second thought, ran after it. The moment she stepped into the cool shade of the trees, something in the atmosphere shifted. The playful mood that had accompanied her on her journey suddenly vanished, replaced by an eerie silence. The butterfly, which had been her guide until this point, suddenly disappeared, leaving Emma alone in the hushed stillness of the woods. For a while, Emma wandered through the silent trees, calling out for her mother, her voice trembling slightly. As a realization of her predicament dawned on her, she understood that she was lost. Fear now tightly gripped her heart, and tears welled up in her eyes. The happy-go-lucky spirit that had driven her into these woods was nowhere to be found, replaced by a deep and growing fear. She sank down onto a nearby log, her small body racked with sobs. The vibrant colors of the forest seemed to dim, and the rustling leaves sounded like whispers of warning in her ears. As the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows through the trees, Emma felt a chill run down her spine. The playful forest she had entered earlier had transformed into a menacing maze, and she was trapped within its shadowy embrace. Just when her hope began to dwindle, a tiny voice broke through her despair. High up on a branch above her, a little bird perched, tilting its head as it observed her with an air of concern. With a gentle chirp, the bird spoke again, its voice soft yet clear. "Why are you crying, little one?" it asked. Emma lifted her tear-stained face and told the bird about her adventure and how she had become lost. As she spoke, the bird listened attentively, its head cocked to the side. When Emma finished her tale, the bird ruffled its feathers and said, "Don't worry, Emma, I know just what to do." With that, the bird took flight, soaring through the trees with effortless grace. Emma watched it go, a glimmer of hope rekindled in her eyes. A few moments later, the bird returned, and this time it was joined by several others. They flew in a tight formation, creating a mesmerizing spectacle against the backdrop of the darkening sky. Then, as if in perfect unison, they turned and flew toward a distant point in the trees. Emma, her spirits lifted by their presence, rose to her feet and followed them. As she emerged from the trees, she gasped in surprise. Before her lay a path she had never noticed before, and at its end, she could see the faint glow of light. Hope surged through her, guiding her steps as she walked toward the light. With each step, the path became clearer, leading her deeper into the clearing. And there, bathed in the soft glow of twilight, stood her house. Relief washed over her, bringing tears of gratitude to her eyes. As she ran toward her home, she could hear the sound of her mother's worried cries echoing in the night. Bursting through the door, she fell into her mother's arms, who held her tightly, whispering words of comfort and relief. Emma's father, his face etched with worry, knelt down to her level, his arms open wide. "Oh, my darling," he said, his voice sick with emotion. "We were so worried about you." Emma, her voice trembling, explained about the butterfly that led her away and how the kind birds guided her home. As she spoke, her parents exchanged glances, a mixture of relief and concern in their eyes. Her mother, her voice gentle, knelt down to Emma's level. "My dear Emma," she said, "I love you and worry about you. Adventures are wonderful things, but you must always ask permission first. Wandering into the woods without telling us could have been very dangerous." Emma, her lower lip trembling, nodded her head in understanding. She knew that she had been wrong to disobey her mother's rules, and she promised to never do it again. Her father, his face softening, placed a hand on her shoulder. "It's all right, Emma. We are just glad that you are safe and sound." He stood up and gestured toward the door. "Now, why don't we all go inside? You must be tired and hungry after your adventure." As they walked inside, Emma's mother turned to her. "Emma, I want you to know that I am not angry with you. I am just worried. Now tell me, what did you learn from this experience?" Emma pondered for a moment, her brow furrowed in thought. "I learned that it's important to listen to Mama and Papa. And I also learned that even when I'm scared, I should always try to stay calm and look for help." Her mother, a warm smile gracing her lips, embraced Emma. "That is very wise of you to say, Emma. Remember, my love, that we are always here for you, no matter what. And if you ever get lost again, just remember to stay calm, be kind to animals, and they might just help you find your way home." From that day forward, Emma never forgot the valuable lesson she had learned in the Whispering Woods. She continued to be a curious and adventurous child, but she always made sure to ask permission before embarking on any adventures. And whenever she ventured into the woods, she carried with her the memory of the little bird that had helped her find her way home. Whenever she felt lost or scared, she would remember her mother's words, Stay calm, be kind to animals, and they might just help you find your way home. And so Emma grew up with a deep appreciation for the wonders of nature and the importance of family, always remembering the valuable lessons learned in the heart of the Whispering Woods.